Hi everyone, it's Mari here for Honeybee Stamps. I'm going to be creating this fun summer theme card for you today using 3 different die sets from Honeybee Stamps. I'll be talking about those sets as I work away here on my project. I'm going to start off here with the Sand Castle Builder set. I'm going to die cut those different pieces out of some craft cardstock using my Bitty Buzz cutter from Honeybee Stamps. Just going to run those through my die cutting machine. Then I'm going to use the Flip Flop Builder die set to cut out the base for my flip-flops and the little flag for my sandcastle. And I just cut those from white, and then the tops of the flip-flops are going to be cut with some gold glitter cardstock. Again, all using my Bitty Buzz cutter, which I absolutely love. I'm going to add some color to my flip-flop bases with some saltwater taffy Distress Oxide ink. I love how this color coordinates with the craft color. I just think it looks super beachy and really summery. And well, the name Saltwater Taffy definitely says summer to me. So I really loved blending this onto my cardstock here with my Honeybee blending brush and my Waffle Flower stencil mat. So you can just see I'm going to finish up that process and just get a really nice rich color there. I'm also going to be using the summer buzzword, and this buzzword is gorgeous, as all of the buzzwords are, and it's just going to my sentiment here, my large sentiment is going to be obviously summer. I'm going to take the middle layer of those 3 different layers of dyes and color that in again with my Distress Oxide saltwater taffy. Just going to blend that on and create some really nice, beautiful corally pink color for that middle layer, or the second shadow layer of my buzzword. I cut the top layer from white and then the largest shadow layer from gold. So here you'll just see how these are all going to layer together for my word summer for the large sentiment. Love the white on that saltwater taffy. I think it's super crisp and pretty. And then I just love how these go together so nicely with that gold. And I love how the flip-flops look with the gold as well. Now I'm going to use some Gathered Twigs Distress Oxide ink to add a little bit of dimension to my sandcastle pieces. So I'm taking my smallest detail brush from Honeybee Stamps and I'm just adding a little bit of that Gathered Twigs around the edge of the sandcastle pieces. And this is just going to, like I said, add that little bit of depth and dimension. I'll do that to each one of the different pieces of the sandcastle dies. And I love how the Sandcastle Builder die set allows you to just create lots of different bits for your sandcastle. So there were some pieces that I ended up not using from all of the dies. There are so many dies in that set that allow you to build whatever style of sandcastle you want. I think that's super cute. And I did have a lot of fun building the little sandcastle onto my project. So just going to finish up adding that Gathered Twigs, that darker brown onto the craft, and just creates that little bit of extra detail on those pieces, which I really thought looked fantastic. So I'm not going to show you all of that, just that much. Now this is a piece of pattern paper from the Beach Vibes 6x6 paper pad. I will show you that here in a minute. This one side that I'm going to be using here looks like sand. It looks like beachy sand for sure. And that was what I wanted to go for here with my background. So I'm going to just take my A2 size card base and adhere this panel of patterned paper onto my top folding A2 size card base here with my Honeybee Stamps Precision Tip Glue Tube. And this is that gorgeous Beach Vibes paper pad. I love it. I think it could be my favorite 6x6 paper pad from Honeybee, although it's hard to choose because their paper pads are amazing. Now this is the Happy 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 A2 size cover plate from a recent release from Honeybee, and I'm going to add this over top of that sand background so that it looks like there's sand behind my cover plate here. The sentiment for the entire front of my card is going to be Happy Summer. The happy on the cover plate is going to provide the word happy, obviously. So here you can just see I'm going to glue that down to my sand paper. Get that all adhered onto there like that in that way. And now I'm just building my sandcastle on in the little corner of my card. So I want the little sandcastle to kind of be sort of tucked in behind my flip-flops. So I'm just going to build that sandcastle out in that way over in the corner. I'm using just some repositionable adhesive until I do get this in the spot where I want it so that I can move it around if I need to. I'm going to use a combination of that repositionable tape and also some foam adhesive to build my sandcastle. Once I do have the card all finished and the different bits exactly where I want them, I will just add a little bit of permanent adhesive in behind the little bits that have the repositionable tape on them. It's just a one way that I can feel confident in putting these things down with adhesive, so until I get them exactly where I want them. So you can just see I'm using my tweezers from Honeybee just to help me get things in place, and just gonna, wiggle things around and whatnot until I have them where I want them. The use of the dimensional adhesive, the foam adhesive, does give my sandcastle a little bit more of a dimensional look so that it actually looks more 3D rather than just flat against my card. If you're not a lover of dimension on cards, you can omit that step and just add the liquid adhesive or the tape runner, whichever you prefer. So there you can just see I have the base pieces down. Now I'm going to just add those other two little bits in the front. And I do add the flag to my sandcastle later, but I think I actually forgot to show that on camera. So you'll be able to see where the flag is on the sandcastle in the photo of the card at the beginning of the video. And I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive over on the sides of each one of these pieces, so that it can adhere to the part of the card that is flat, and in that way this piece will just lay flat on this middle section of the sandcastle, which already has the dimensional foam adhesive on it. And so there, that is going to finish off my sweet little sandcastle. So many different ways that you could use this die set for the sandcastles for building summer cards. I love it. It is so much fun. It's a great die set to have in your stash. Now my little flip-flops I'm going to put over to the left of the sandcastle. Again, I'm going to pop up the tip of the toe of the flip-flops with some foam adhesive, and then I'll just add a little bit of glue, just a little bit of a tiny little touch of glue to the base of the bottoms of the flip-flops later to make sure that they are adhered down securely. So I'll just add a little bit of foam adhesive here to the tip of this one and just finish that off, and then those will just have a little bit of bump to them as well. Now you can see the summer buzzword at the top there. I don't have that adhered down yet. I will be adding that to the card soon, but I just wanted to lay it on there to see if that was going to work with the design of the card, and I do really like how it looks. So I'll just go ahead and get that all adhered together. I thought I had done this already, but clearly I have not. You can see the flag over to the right there a little bit. I did cut the flag from white, and then I colored in the little actual dimensional flag piece that fits onto the base with the saltwater taffy as well. And so that will go onto my little castle here in a little bit, but I'm just adding the white top portion of the buzzword summer to the saltwater taffy with that liquid adhesive, and then I'll do the same thing with the saltwater taffy shadow layer onto that gold glitter cardstock. You can't really see the stitching on the largest shadow in the gold glitter, but that buzzword shadow die does have faux stitching in it, which is really cool. It does show up in flat cardstock or matte cardstock, but on this glitter cardstock you can't really see it. But I do really love that sparkle and shine of the gold. I think it looks really summery and pretty with the other elements. And who doesn't love flip-flops with a little bit of gold sparkle and shine on them? So I'm going to add my buzzword to the card with some foam adhesive as well. And then I just love how that happy, happy, happy cover plate is providing that happy word in the background. And then of course the buzzword summer. So I think this card turned out really sweet. I love the color combo. I think the saltwater taffy and the craft and the white is a really fun combination when you're thinking about, how can I create a summer vibe with a project with regards to the colors that I'm going to be using and that sort of thing. I think it all just works really well. I think it's super pretty, and the sparkle and shine of the gold is, I think, just a perfect accent. So I'm just going to try to decide where I want that summer to go. Up at the top, I will move it around a little bit until I'm satisfied with how it's centered up there. And that's going to finish off my card. I have linked up to all of the products that I've used in the description box below, so be sure to check that out. Thank you so much for joining me today, and happy summer, everyone. Bye-bye.